Statement.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Appreciate the opportunity to discuss not only an important and critical issue, but really very, very timely. The hearing title, "Are we doing enough to ensure the reliability and security of the U.S. grid?" is a central question that is posed today. But really, everybody in this room already knows the answer to this question. We can always do more. The next and most important question then is how should we prioritize those efforts? We can judge, I think, Madam Chairman, by the very filled committee room this morning just how important this issue has become. When we've got standing room only on electric reliability, I think that says something about the importance of this issue. And we can judge from recent press reports that our first commitment should really be to do no harm, or at least no further harm. You've mentioned the Metcalfe incident. Recent stories about last year's Metcalfe incident and a FERC report detailing critical energy infrastructure information have served to sensationalize the issue of physical grid security instead of helping to protect the grid from attack. The disclosures that we have seen potentially increase its physical vulnerability. Last month, Madam Chair, you and I wrote and asked the Energy Department's Inspector General to review both the handling of this sensitive non-public information and how it came to be published in the Wall Street Journal. Late yesterday, Inspector General Friedman issued a formal management alert informing FERC to the fact that this information should have been classified and protected from release at the time that it was created. This revelation, with its national security implications, I find extremely troubling. And I would commend the Chairman LaFleur, for taking swift action in response to this report to secure the classified information. But regardless of how sensitive national security information was handled at FERC or how it found its way to a reporter, and we have asked the IG to find this out, the owners of the grid and their regulators are quick to respond to incidents such as Metcalfe. Making use of the regulatory framework established by Congress in the 2005 Energy Policy Act, NERC provided needed information in a timely fashion. A number of government agencies, including the FERC, DHS, and the FBI, undertook significant work with the industry to promote mitigation measures. And then last month, under the leadership of Chair LaFleur, FERC directed NERC to develop a mandatory standard on physical security within 90 days. Even before the standard-setting process was underway, we saw lessons learned from Metcalfe being applied, and I think that is critically important here. As experts have recognized for some time, it is likely impossible to ensure that every part of the grid could withstand physical or cyber attack. Thus, we need to redouble a properly scaled and continuously improving approach to grid reliability and security. After the facts about the universe of today's threats are clear, or perhaps just a little more clear, we can debate whether new legislation might be necessary. Now, some are interested in empowering FERC to direct emergency actions to protect the grid. I've got my own thoughts on that, but clearly the Commission must do better going forward to protect non-public information from disclosure. But I will say it has been apparent for some time that we may need to empower FERC to protect the grid from our own federal actions. This sort of everyday vigilance is not and need not be high profile, but it's vitally important, and we should not lose sight that for the electric grid, reliability and affordability must remain our core considerations. The challenge before us is how to maintain and improve reliability and affordability while keeping environmental performance in balance. As you note, Madam Chairman, we've got a very impressive group of panelists before us today, I think. Each of you, I particularly would like to thank Chairman LaFleur for your steady leadership there at FERC. Your extensive experience in the energy industry is indispensable as we tackle these myriad issues before the FERC, including the cyber and the physical security concerns. But to each of you, and to our second panel as well, equally credentialed, I appreciate the opportunity to discuss this very important subject this morning. Thank you, Madam Chair.